now we have this goofball who is a leftist, but also maybe to throw off the trail, did a little right wing voting somewhere in there. A complete nut job, though, man. He apparently sold his house at one point. He couldn't afford childcare, but then he was able to afford to move into like a $250,000 home in Hawaii.
Dude, and then travel around the world, like,
Yeah,
back and forth to places.
this guy was pure
Yeah, dude.
material. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think, he's more the Oswald prototype, right? Because Oswald did the same thing. He did a lot of mysterious kind of movement within the
Oh, you're
US,
right. To
and he went to
Cuba,
Russia. He went to Russia for 2 years.
Russia,
And
Cuba. This guy just went to Ukraine.
so yeah, he was in Ukraine for a couple.
Uh,
Almost Here's the thing with the DEI hires of the Biden administration is they got nothing new. We're dealing with Hollywood here, basically. They're just it's Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, right? You can't give me a new idea.
I know.
You're redoing Beetlejuice. You're
The
redoing.
Jews are blowing up pagers. Can we come up with something?
Come
Come
on,
on.
wow me with some creativity, baby.
Best you guys have come up with in 20 years is we'll go back to the moon, and you are failing miserably.
You
You
can't.
know?
They can't even fake the new moon landing. This is pathetic.
Come on. Let me down here, guys.
Yeah, they're regurgitating old playbooks from the '60s. Because we're goldfish. Nobody remembers anything. Nobody connects anything to history.
Dude, I was listening. I forgot what I was listening to. Super left wing, but they kept talking about the terrorism in Lebanon, and I was like really surprised. Where'd they going with this? And then I realized they were calling Israel the terrorists
Yes,
because of the pager situation. They're saying that was terrorism. They are now the terrorists.
that's right. I've seen that everywhere. A lot of people are calling it an act of terror.
Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
it's covert. It's pretty intense what they pulled off here. I had sort of a clip of a guy explaining some of it, but he really didn't get into the details I was hoping for. But he basically, from a semi nitty gritty standpoint, he said that Israel, through a long term phase, created all these smaller companies that were, phony. And then they were able to
yeah,
kind of basically
that's
create
genius.
their own pipeline for this to occur. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's pretty, I mean, I thought, this is kind of James Bondish, kind of spy, covert. I didn't think we actually had that kind of cool stuff going on in our world these days.
Dude, that's genius.
For a minute there, it seemed like we were bombing the Nord Stream pipeline and pointing the finger over there and saying, "That was that guy." Like, it's getting a little shady and kind of,
Right. Little barbaric.